Good to see you all. It's nice to be here in person finally after a couple of years. On behalf of my colleagues in Handelsbanken, I feel really privileged to have been asked to talk about a business built on trust. Trust will always be the lifeblood of banking, and as an industry, we all benefit when banking in general has a good name. We all know the value that attracting and retaining the very best talent across a diverse population brings to any business. But now more than ever, we also see the increased importance that employees and customers are placing on engaging with businesses that share their strong moral beliefs across many issues relating to environment, the economy, and societal factors. In order to address these important factors and deal with more recent global challenges, such as the economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic and the shocking war in Ukraine, we need responsible banking. And for responsible banking to be effective and truly successful, we need to build trust both internally and externally. According to the latest Edelman Trust Barometer, distrust is actually now society's default emotion. Nearly 6 in 10 say their default tendency is to distrust something and then see evidence, before seeing evidence of it being trustworthy. For business, there is some positive news, however, as business now is once again the most trusted at 61%, ahead of NGOs of 59%, media at 50%, and government at 42%. Business is seen as a unifying force in society and trusted to be able to solve societal problems such as climate change, job losses due to discrimination, and income inequality. Yet the Edelman research suggests that people want even more business engagement on issues such as climate change. The role and expectation on business has never been clearer. Employees and customers want to engage with businesses with strong values and beliefs. 58% buy or advocate for brands based on their values and beliefs. 60% choose a place to work based on their beliefs, and 64% invest based on their beliefs. Handelsbanken has been running a trust-led business on timeless, sustainable values and beliefs for more than 150 years. Our bank was founded in Stockholm in 1871, and today our main markets are Sweden, Norway, and the UK. Here in the UK, we provide banking and wealth management support mainly to private banking customers, property management, and owner-managed trading businesses, both digitally and locally via our 162 branches across the country. Our values include a deep-rooted belief in human nature, trust and respect for the individual, and a long-term thinking in everything we do. We believe that working according to these fundamental values explains that Handelsbanken is considered one of Europe's strongest and most cost-effective banks with more satisfied customers than any of our peers. 3 important pillars have led us to sustain a trust-led business for so many decades. Firstly, aligning the whole business around a set of common values and one clear goal. Secondly, trusting colleagues and knowing that giving power and the responsibility, those closest to the question, will find better answers. And thirdly, following the natural consequences of this trust in how we structure and steer our organization. So let me expand on those 3 pillars. For half a century, Handelsbanken has stuck with the same corporate goal: to have a higher profitability than the average of our comparable peers, achieved by the means of having more satisfied customers and lower costs. Lower costs give you an advantage in terms of profitability today and the opportunity to decide your own destiny. The bank with the lowest cost will be able to stay longer in any price competition and will also be the last bank standing when all other banks have gone bust or been nationalized. And satisfied customers give you an advantage in the long term, since satisfied customers stay with you, they bring their new business to you, and at a certain point, they even start referring new good customers to you. It is important to stress that we don't want satisfied customers as a marketing tool. We want satisfied customers because it is aligned with our fundamental values and because we believe that satisfied customers is the only way to meet our corporate goal, also in the long term. Since independent surveys began, our customers have been more satisfied than those of our peer group. And viewed over the long term, we have been one of Europe's strongest and most cost-efficient bank. Thus, we have achieved our corporate goal for the last 49 years. Alongside the means to achieve our corporate goal, we have a set of timeless values that are the foundation of everything we do in the bank, including how we pursue our corporate goal. Trust and respect for the individual and a long-term sustainable view. Behind these is a fundamental belief in human nature and that people are motivated by nature to do good things well. People do not tend to get out of bed Monday morning saying to themselves, this week I want to make casual decisions, or today I will do a sloppy work. Such things only tend to happen when people do not feel trusted, accountable, free, or supported. If you have this fundamental belief in human nature, and you as a consequence trust people in your organization to do a good job and take the right decisions, there is, in our view, only one way to organize your business, and that is through decentralization and development of decision-making. We believe that people closest to the question are best placed to decide the answer, and our business model is therefore very much shaped to promote empowerment. Our local branches, for example, are empowered to take the majority of decisions relating to their customers, and they of course know them best. And we encourage our colleagues throughout the bank to speak up and challenge if they see something they think can be improved. By doing so, we all share the responsibility to strive to be a better bank tomorrow than we were yesterday. Unsurprisingly to us, we have found that people respond positively to being given real responsibility. Quite simply, they rise to the trust and respect they are giving, fully owning their actions and the outcomes they produce, and thereby reaching better decisions than anyone else in the bank could have done. As a bank, we have a long-term view on everything we do. We do not have a short-term incentive culture based on bonuses or sales and product targets, which can, or do I dare to say will, create wrong behavior. We believe that avoiding this leads to better, more sustainable decisions and a focus on deep and lasting customer relationships rather than transactions. This in turn helps to build and strengthen the trust between our branch colleagues and their customers. Customers know that their relationship managers in the branches are not incentivized by targets and short-term bonuses, and instead know that they always have their best interest at heart. As mentioned earlier, when you align your business around a simple common goal and a set of values of trust and respect for the individual, you also have to follow the natural consequences of this in how you structure and steer the organization. In our decentralized bank, each branch operates as its own local business, supported by colleagues in central functions, all with the same responsibility of placing the customer at the heart of all business decisions. Each branch is able to track its income, cost, and profitability in great detail, and to compare its performance with other Handelsbanken branches. Each branch writes and follows its own business plan based on detailed frontline knowledge of local customers and conditions. The branch manager decides where to locate the branch, who to hire and what to pay them, which customer to take on and which customer not to take on, and which of the bank's products and services to focus on locally. They are directly accountable for the business development, credit quality, customer satisfaction, operational integrity, and for the reputation of the bank in the local area in which they operate. Whilst operating a decentralized business model is a natural consequence of our fundamental trust in human nature, it is not without challenges. Just as human beings tend naturally to rise to the responsibility they are entrusted, organizations have a natural tendency to centralize over time. Internally, we occasionally liken this to the way a rubber band contracts when the fingers weaken. Thus, decentralization requires constant vigilance, thought, and action all over the business. As a manager and a leader, you must be willing to sit on your hands and resist the temptation to interfere with people's natural motivation. This means not dictating what the opportunities and challenges look like in your employees' own area of work. It means not setting them targets or incentivizing their daily efforts. It means not asking them for regular reports to prove what they have been doing. And when someone asks you for a decision to a certain problem, you have to push back and encourage them to take that decision themselves. If they come up with a solution to the problem that differs from what you would have done, you have to accept it and not be tempted to overrule them. Otherwise, they will never take a decision again. We believe in steering colleagues through our framework of values and principles in which everyone is expected to perform, and we give colleagues real responsibility, a clear remit, and a decision-making mandate. We provide the practical support they need in order to make decisions, as well as a transparent MI, detailed enough for them to benchmark their performance and take informed actions. We encourage an open network approach, both inside and outside the bank, and we ask that managers make themselves available as a coach, as a sounding board, and as a resource. We help our colleagues across the bank develop their own leadership skills while supporting them to progress whichever direction they want. In Handelsbanken, we don't need to discuss who is accountable for a certain decision or issue. Accountability is built into our business model. So to conclude, a simple common goal, a set of strong values, and the determination to follow through on those ideals have helped us sustaining a trust-led business for more than 150 years. I am not here to advocate that our way of working is the only way to build trust. But what is clear to me is that being a business with a clear purpose, built on strong human values, is not only necessary to address the societal challenges, but it is an expectation from our employees, from our customers, and wider stakeholders too. To meet this expectation, we need trust. When trusted, people step forward and do their best work. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you will enjoy the next 2 days.